Are you broke today? Are you always crying broke? You never have any money. Why is this? I'm not a big kahuna. I'm not going to claim to have all of the wealth in the world or even a fraction of the wealth in the world. I'm not going to do that because I don't have a significant amount of wealth in the world. But what I do have is a mind. And what I do have is common sense. And what I do have is practical understanding and application with the same. And what I mean by this is that I know that if you have nothing, you can do relatively nothing. You cannot move forward in terms of economics if you have no money. Some of us are living from paycheck to paycheck. You've heard that expression over the years, and chances are you will never stop hearing it. Well, I can barely meet my bills. I'm living literally one paycheck away from being homeless. You've heard these expressions, but what do you do about it? This is what most people do. They continue to settle for where they are. Number one. Number two, they pick up a habit that's even more destructive. They start smoking, start taking drugs, start drinking to sort of, in some sort of way, ease the pain. But you know what? Once you come down from a high, be it drinking, drugs, and such, the problem is still there. The real answer is to try to find a resolution to your issue, to your problem. If you don't have the answer, ask someone who is doing better than you. How is it that you manage your money? How is it that you can, not have issues financially, or it seems like you're doing okay? Could you possibly teach me what it is that you are doing to maintain your home financially and pay all of your bills? Or just simply, excuse me, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be someone that you know indirectly, but you might work with this person. It could be the manager at your job, or it could be the general manager, or not too many CEOs will talk to you, but it could be someone who owns a company that you work for. Come to them and say, I need help. I need someone to advise me about how to manage better my finances. You will be surprised at how willing some people would be to assist you. And let me tell you this, you cannot negate the power of the internet. While people are online doing the single dating thing, looking at World Star Hip Hop, seeing what the celebrities are doing, chatting to your friends, talking about what breakfast you had this morning, or what trip you're going on, or what bar you're hanging out at, and how drunk you got on your birthday. All of this nonsense. If you can do all of that, you can study something. You can watch some seminars. You can watch some videos. You can get some books on financial success, how to become an entrepreneur, how to build your own business, your own website, how to start your own brick and mortar, whatever. You could do this. But guess what? You have to want to. All of us have a complaint of some sort. But if you keep doing the same thing, and I'm sure you've heard this before, thousands of times, one sign of lunacy, one sign of being crazy, is when you continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over, expecting a different result. The result's going to be the same. If you have 1 pound of ground beef, you can't expect to make 2 pounds of meatloaf. It's only 1 pound. So until you change the way you think, the way you think, your paradigm won't change. It's that simple. It's difficult, but that difficulty is only psychologically, because you have been so accustomed to being the way you are and having that poor man's mentality, poor woman's mentality, if you will, for so long, you don't think that you can do better. But you can. Save some money. Every time you get paid, you determine what the amount is. The most important thing is not the amount, but the most important thing is that you be consistent. Every time you get paid, you put a certain amount of money away and forget about it. I don't mean totally forget about it. I mean forget about it as if it doesn't exist when it's time for you to get paid again and you have to pay bills. Don't go back and take it out. You can break this down as many times as you want to. You can have a little bank or a money bag or whatever, put away in a safe place, and you say, well, this money is for this reason. Emergencies. This money is for this reason. Kids' college fund. This money is for this. And so forth. If you have to keep going back to it and borrowing again from it, it's going to be a vicious cycle and it's never going to end. Take away at the moment just what you think you can afford to put away and still pay your bills in the present. So, for example, for some of you, if you get a check for $500, take 10%, that's $50, and put it away. Now you have $450 to deal with. If that's too much money to put away and you need it at the time, take $25 out and put it away and leave it alone. Now you have $475 to deal with and only function from that. Do this. Get yourself a legal pad or a writing pad, pen and paper, and take down some notes. Write the dates down and say, my bill, my utility is due on this date, my rent is due on this date, my mortgage is due on this date, my car payment is due on this date if I don't have a car, my transportation is this amount of money, and you write it down and you budget it. All it is a little effort on your part. Once you start doing it, it will become second nature and it will become necessary to you to do. And you won't have to think about it anymore. You'll just automatically do it. And somewhere down the road, you may lose your job. You may become ill. You might have the type of job that doesn't pay medical insurance. For those of you that are working poor, some of us. And so you say, well, dag, I've been out for 3 weeks. But you say, oh, I had some emergency money put away. The burden just falls off of you because you prepared. You were proactive. If you need any further help on this subject in your specific situation, just ask me. I'll let you know what I believe that you should do. I'm not going to ever tell you what to do as it relates to this subject anyway. I'm just going to encourage you and admonish you when it's necessary that you can make it and you'll be okay. But it takes you. This brother teacher. So long.